all good.
Okay. So is this being streamed on Josh's channel?
On Josh's channel.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay. Somebody just asked, name one thing you would do different in the college application process.
Oh, okay. In the application process, I would probably have started my essays earlier. So you guys probably heard me like talk about my essays a lot. It's because like it's one of my biggest regrets on not spending that much time on, and I know it's like a huge part of the application. And I'm like not the best essay writer, so I feel like I should have spent more time on that.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I think like honestly same. Did we lose Anthony? Or wait,
Josh, how did Josh?
all right. Well, hello, Josh's subscribers. Okay, someone else asked, when do you recommend having your common app essay done for peer review?
Really?
And
See, I dang messed up. I finished mine around like November, and it was like, oh wait, no, November 1st was early action, right? Okay, then I did it like a week before like the deadline of that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I spent my whole summer working on my common app essay. That was like everything I did, and the only thing I did more than a week before deadlines.
Oh, really? Okay. Gotcha. And QuestBridge, for those of you who don't know what QuestBridge is, it's like
wait, guys.
What I know it is.
Just join.
Hi.
You with like hey, Caitlin's here.
I woke up like 2 minutes ago.
You're good. It's all right. We're still here. We basically just figured it out, so you came at the perfect time.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay,
yeah, we were figuring out for a solid hour.
So QuestBridge, it matches you with like a college, right? Like you do a separate application from your general college application, and like it matches you with a I'm not completely sure how it works. Okay. Gotcha. I wonder what would happen if you didn't accept that. Like, what would they do to you? Sorry, I think weird things.
I mean, you wouldn't really have a reason not to.
Okay. Yeah, they would give you a full ride, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can't really turn it down.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you choose like what schools you want. So it's like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to go there, you know? Like both of my friends applied to, I think they just did Brown.
Oh, okay.
You know, so like you can, and then you rank them in the order that you want to. So my other friend did Northwestern, and then 2 of them did Brown, and they all got it. So it was like, yeah.
Got you.
Do you recommend opening your college decisions with other people around? I mean, maybe like your close
Like I opened all mine when my dad was home. Like I made a reaction video of all the IB decisions with my dad, and people really thought that was like funny. I guess. But yeah, what would you guys say?
I mean, I tried to open mine around people because I needed the emotional support.
I opened my Stanford one when I was actually with my boyfriend, and it was like really weird because I got accepted and then he got deferred, and it was like, I was so sorry. This is the happiest moment of my life.
Oh, for real though, that happened to me in my Latin class when I was opening my U Chicago decision. At the time, 2 of us in that class of 6 people, had UChicago as like our top choices, and my friend got in, but I got deferred, and it was just really awkward.
Yeah.
Because we still had like 20 minutes of class, so we were just forced to sit in the same space.
I remember when my Harvard like early application decision came out, like I was in my computer science class and I was debating whether I should open it then or if I should have waited till I got home. And I'm glad I waited until I got home because like there was like a crowd around me like trying to like kind of pepping me on. Like they're like, yeah, you got this. But like I got deferred, so that would have been really awkward. Like you know. But I guess if you get in and everyone's there to hype you up, that would be super cool too.
Okay, can I just say that like Hannah's college reaction to Dartmouth is probably the best one I've seen.
Oh
like
my gosh.
in general.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, guys, how do I like share the screen?
Oh, are you trying to put on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I kinda gave up.
all of us
I'm
are
still
only
looking.
on Anthony's.
I'm still looking, but
Or like, how do I put it on my live stream?
yeah, I don't know if there's a way to do that. Are you screen recording right now?
No, I'm like on live stream and like 3 people are here, but they only see my face.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
we
I
went
don't
through the
know.
whole entire process and like had a bunch of problems trying to do this, but we just decided that we're only gonna do it on Anthony's.
Oh, this is Josh's, I think.
Oh wait, on Josh's, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's on his YouTube?
Yeah,
it's
so
on his
we're only on
channel.
Josh's.
Okay, I'm just gonna send everyone there.
Yeah, I need to send everyone there right now.
All right. Let's see. What else?
All right, so does it like on Josh's channel, does it automatically switch between faces?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, based on who's talking?
Oh wait, someone just told us to try Discord. Maybe we'll do that next time, guys.
Try what? Discord?
Discord.
I don't know what that is.
Discord is actually amazing. It's like something that gamers use to chat, but
Okay. Cool.
maybe
People know so much.
Am I
How
sad?
did you guys make the first steps in deciding where to apply? Like, how did you know what you were looking for in the college?
Oh, that's by Ellie. Okay. Okay. I like visited colleges my freshman year, and I found a lot of colleges that I never heard about, like Williams College, Swarthmore, and like I applied to those because like it just felt so cool while I was there. But a lot of the colleges I did apply to, I just found information about online. So like I'm saying, like if you don't have to tour colleges to know which college you want. Like now there's even like 360-degree like tours around the campus, so you can literally see online if you like the feel of the campus. But I would still say if you do have the chance, definitely do go tour some colleges. It's definitely different from just seeing pictures online. But yeah, what about you guys?
Something I want to add, like as good as it is to tour colleges, I think it's really important to tour colleges during the actual school year because like when I was thinking about USC, I went toward USC in the summer and completely loved it. But then when I went back for Explore USC during the school year, it's just such a different vibe and feel when you're actually somewhere during the school year and you can get like the campus feel and the feel for the students. And so my recommendation is like if you are going to take the time to tour a school, try to tour a school during the school year.
Okay.
And also, like, to tour specific schools too. Just like do like small, big, and large, and like rural, suburban, city and find out what qualities you like. You don't have to argue that you're considering.
Cool.
Find out what.
When I was on my Dartmouth tour, it was during the summer, but
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Okay, someone asked, how do you decide what to write about in your Common App essay? Should we answer that one?
Ooh, I'm very passionate about this because I think I don't have like any life stories or super tragic or like anything that really sticks out. So one thing that I really recommend is honestly just look around you, and like this goes for any essay. Just look around you and see what you can write about. Like I wrote about my day-to-day life of going to private school but not being rich.
That's really good. Something I suggest too for figuring out what to write about your essays is like, I think your first step should be making a list of everything you want a college to know about yourself, like everything that you think is important about yourself. Like for me, it's like my business, my relationship with my brother, like the things I like to do, this and that. And then once I had that list, from there for each college, I like picked where I could fit in the things about myself, if that makes sense. So um like start from a standpoint of just looking at yourself and looking at what you want to tell a college about yourself, and then kind of work that into the essay.
Yeah, I feel like you could really talk about what you'd want anyone to know about yourself. Like for me personally, I did art, and like growing up as an Asian kid, that's not exactly like the most acceptable thing. And so I talked about how I tried to like go into schools and make it something that wasn't so like bad, you know, like teaching kids that like art is okay to pursue. And so, yeah, like I ended up writing my essay like I think 2 nights before the deadline. I had written it during summer, right? And then I edited the essay so much to the point where like it didn't sound like myself anymore.
Yeah.
And so like, I hated it, and I just trashed the whole thing, and then started completely from scratch and like wrote down my thoughts like without editing anything, just like sent it, you know? Like I feel like when it's raw and like when it doesn't, I don't know, like it doesn't have to sound like an essay either. It could just literally be like how you feel. You're just trying to show them like your thought process and like, I don't know. Yeah. There's like different ways to approach it, but the way I did was like trying to show them like exactly how I think, like who I am and whatnot.
I totally feel there because like I did spend some time in the summer working on my essay. I went to I was in California doing this like summer essay camp for colleges like specifically. And one thing about that, like I also got some questions on my video before it all failed. But I got a question about like, should we get essay tutors for our college essays? Like, is that required? Would that really help you out? And like my answer to that from my experience is that it's definitely not worth the money or the time. I feel like you need to write your essay yourself, but then after you have like a premise of what you want to write, then you can get to review it. But you can't just start off with, oh, I don't know what to write. Like go to a class and have them like help you, give you ideas, because that's not going to be like your voice in the end. That's not going to be something that you're truly passionate about, and that's not going to be something you can really sell to colleges as like something that shows passion, you know?
Heck yeah, man.
Okay, other questions.
Okay, I've seen this person ask this twice, so I kind of want to answer it. They're asking my scores for my reach schools, Penn/Stanford. Oh, that's so funny. My boyfriend's going to Penn. I'm going to Stanford. Are at or right below the 25th percentile of accepted scores. Everything else is perfect. Is studying a lot for the ACT that necessary? Okay, so I actually like feel very strongly about this. I don't think that you should put any more effort into your SAT or ACT once you like hit that 25th percentile range. And you said you're right below, but like once you're there, I think you're honestly close enough, because no college is going to look at that score and be like, oh, I'm not giving them a chance, because of that score, you know? So like put your energy into your essays, into your extracurriculars, into something you're actually passionate about, you know? Like I feel like colleges are moving so far away from judging someone based off these testing scores that at this point it's like don't pour your heart into something like the ACT or the SAT when you have things you're actually passionate about.
No, I literally feel the same way. Like I feel like I made a whole video on why scores don't really matter as much as people think. Like I feel like once I got in, the first question that everyone asked me was like, what was your SAT score? You know? And like I don't think that that's the most important thing, especially because my SAT score was like, I think I got like a 1390 out of 1600, which isn't even close to like average, you know what I mean? And as long as you have something that you're like passionate about, something that you're putting a lot of time in, something that like makes you stand out, your score doesn't matter. Like, why would they base you off of a number? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, they're not dumb either. Like, they're not going to take you because you like got a perfect on your writing SAT. Like, that doesn't really show that you're like driven towards anything besides studying for the SAT. Like,
yeah.
I will say though that I feel like if you are aiming for a higher score, I'd say the only justifiable reason above a certain point would be to like get more scholarships at your safety schools, because a lot have like automatic or guaranteed scholarships based on a certain score that you achieve. So that I'd say it would make sense too. But even then, it's like,
yeah. Like I know my friend Kevin got a half tuition scholarship to USC just because he was a National Merit Scholar. But I mean, just because you're a National Merit Scholar doesn't mean you're going to get in either. So it's like, what are you aiming for, you know?
I feel you.
There was one question that I want to answer. What is the most competitive major, and should you apply competitive majors even if you're passionate about them?
Okay, so I applied to Harvard Early Action as a pre-med major, like a biology, natural sciences major, and I was advised by so many people not to do that because pre-med is like such a common major that people go to Harvard for. And like people who do pre-med, like have you guys heard of College Confidential?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do I even ask?
Like, you wouldn't know. Like, come on. That's like saying hair. Like,
I mean, College Confidential, as addicting as it may be, and as much as like, yeah, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to say. It still gives us anxiety. Like whenever I had a question or something, or if I had a doubt in my application, I would race to College Confidential and look at my question, and there were always answers on them. No matter how bad the answers were, they always were there. But I felt like I was receiving a lot of answers like, "Oh, you should definitely just apply like as a liberal arts or like literature major. Like they accept more those people." And like, I was just thinking, like, why would I disguise myself to get into a college? Like that defeats the whole purpose of going to a college that you want to go to, because like you want to be accepted to somewhere that like accepts you, that can help you in your own passions. Like you don't want to kind of change to get into a certain college, you know? So I feel like definitely do apply for whatever major you want to. And if it's competitive, well, it's competitive. Like you'd rather not get into college than to get in with a fake passion, you know?
I think you're
I will say though that like do your research on the college and the majors, because there are some less common majors that like are less popular at schools that may serve your interests just as well. Like for example, for me, I didn't apply anywhere as a psychology major. I applied cognitive science or like linguistics or neuroscience because those were other interests that I had that weren't as popular as a psychology major, and also because I didn't like psychology as much. But that was definitely something to like, I had to look to find first.
Okay.
All right, next question. Someone has been asking. Wait, where was it? Oh, someone asked twice, I think, should you fill up all 10 extracurricular spots on the Common App? Kind of on the other side of that, I filled in all 10. Not everyone was super meaningful to me, but I think like I didn't try to say they all were, so I definitely filled out the ones that were meaningful to me. And then from there, the other ones I had, like, I don't know, like art club, for example, I was just like, I tried this and didn't really like it. So I think like it's okay to put stuff on there that you aren't super passionate about, but if you're going to, don't try to force it, if that makes sense. Like along the lines of what Hannah said, make sure that what's meaningful to you is on there, but beyond that, don't try to force anything, like force making something have it meaning to you.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you think about it, they're just trying to figure out how you spend your time. So let's say you have like 2, but you literally spend like 20 hours a week on them. Then it makes sense that you're not going to fill out the rest of them. You know what I mean? And like I filled out 10, and like I wish like there was someone who didn't that could talk about it, but yeah, like just the reason that I got in was probably not because I was in like art club for like half a year that I put as like my 10th activity. Like it wouldn't have made a difference whether I left that there or not. So don't feel like you have to do everything.
I feel you. Also, okay, I got a question on how would you advise to like manage your time well senior year? So, like I really want to address this because like I had a lot of trouble managing my time well all throughout high school, and especially senior year because like there's so much to do senior year. You want to First of all, you're applying to colleges. Second of all, you want to have a good like senior year experience. You don't want to just like do work and not experience anything else. And then also like you have all these people that have been your friends like for 4 years, and you want to spend the last like year with them as best as you can. So I feel like it's all about balance. Like definitely spend time on homework, but don't expect to spend as much time on your homework as you did, say, like junior year or sophomore year. Because college apps and like applications, that's gonna take like another like sector of your time, and I feel like that should be taken into like your homework time, and then also give yourself like even more time to do your extracurriculars and like hang out with friends. But what would you guys say?
Anyone?
I'm trying to think how I manage my time.
Okay. Yeah, just listen to your body, right? Just listen to.
I think this is a really hard question. I feel like I actually get asked to like make videos about time management all the
Really?
time.
Okay.
I was so stressed and I had so much anxiety during high school. Like I definitely didn't manage my time well, and there's nights where you just don't get enough sleep, and I think sometimes if you are trying to like work a job 30 hours a week, play a sport, go to school, like take all these APs, um I think that you just have to accept that you're going to be really really busy.
Honestly, when people say like senior year is the easiest year,
That's
I
not true.
like
That is not.
I strongly
It
disagree.
was my easiest year.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Junior year was my hardest.
I
'Cause I think it was because like sophomore year I took 1 AP, and then junior year I took like 5, I think. So it was just like a big jump. And then senior year was like the same. So
Soph-
Okay.
Mine was hell.
I vibe with you on that, Josh.
If you watch my video, senior year tips that no one tells you, plug. It's on my. I do talk about this a fair amount, and like senior year for me, I was just constantly on edge because of all the decisions coming out. And like when colleges release their decisions before their like official decision date, that would just catch me by surprise. So every week I was just checking my email like frantically. It was just a lot of anxiety that I couldn't like that took over my life. So be prepared for senior year.
Yeah, senior year is not okay. So my experience, I took 8 AP classes my senior year, and I also didn't drop any of my extracurriculars that I did before.
fucking
I took 8 in all of high school.
Really? So I did a collective of 17 AP classes throughout high school, but my senior year I did 8 AP classes, and so I had to do orchestra. Okay, no, I had a period for orchestra, but I had to do track after school. So I would go to school from like 8 a.m. to like 5:30, and then I come back home and I'd practice violin because I'd like the competition actually just near the application like deadline for colleges. So you can imagine like my sleeping time was probably like 2 or 3 a.m. every night. Um,
I don't know how you did that.
I
I
mean,
slept
it
at like
was
10 or 11.
that would have been
Really? Oh
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh. Dude, I'd be studying for like an AP Chem exam or whatever. And then once it hit like an hour of studying, I was like, time to sleep.
oh my gosh, I loved AP Chem.
Oh,
Yeah, that was my favorite class junior
maybe
year.
because I didn't go to any of the classes, but like, whatever.
Wait, they didn't count attendance?
Oh, they did. I think senior year, I had 47 absences.
What? And you were
Oh.
allowed to graduate?
Yeah. I literally have all of the, what are they called? The letters
Yeah.
that they send home with like all the list of your absences. Like I counted them up and I have 47 fucking absences. But it wasn't like days though. So like we have block schedule, so I have 3 classes a day. So it'd just be like I'd skip like 2 of the 3 classes.
Oh my gosh.
But I think like at a certain point, I was like, shoot, like, why am I coming? Like, my physics teacher, okay? He literally found a YouTube video of someone teaching the physics lesson and played it the whole class period. And I was like, why do I have to be here? Like, what?
Yeah, some teachers are just sometimes it's just like that.
Yeah. So I ended up skipping a lot of my senior year, which probably made it a lot easier for me because I just didn't show up. But, like, that's not really the
I know, right?
Okay, guys, I see people asking a lot. Advice
Yeah.
for in freshmen.
Incoming freshman. Oh man. Okay. Okay.
Doesn't
Does
that
someone on to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, coming out of middle school, I was competitive as hell. Like I was literally like you know that kid in that one class that's always going for hundreds that you don't like very much. Yeah, that was. But I was just like that to the extreme. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go into high school. I'll get A's and everything. I'll be valedictorian. I'll go to an Ivy League school and whatever. And like that was a very bad goal to have, because once I started not doing well in some classes, it just broke me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this whole ego adjustment that you should try to like get over from the start. Don't go for the grades, go for like cultivating your passions, and recognize that you're in high school to be educated and learn things, not like get hundreds and validate your sense of self-worth.
Okay, I have some stuff to say about that because my sophomore year, I said I talked about this in my grad speech. This was like my main idea, but like I was only focused on my grades sophomore year, and I gotta tell you, that's like my worst memory of high school. Like just like denying, like kind of missing out on all the hangouts with my friends, like just staying home and like studying past the point of like exhaustion, and like studying past the point where I'm like, I know this material, I'm just reading for like, I don't know, like just to make myself feel better, like because I always had to be doing something for my grades, I felt like. And guys, just don't do that to yourself. If you do learn the hard way, I mean, it's worth the lesson. It's just like grades aren't everything, and honestly they're probably like the most, they're not the least important in high school, but like they shouldn't be the most important.
For me, I think what I would say about this is going into your freshman year, just accept that high school is going to be a time where you change and you grow. And as a freshman in high school, you have no idea who you are or what you want to do. And you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be a really hard transitional period. Like in high school, you go from being age 14 to age 18, which is just like such a big gap. You go through so much. Like there's so many milestones where you're in high school. So my advice is definitely just to accept that it's going to be a really transitional time where you're going to make mistakes and you're going to have to change and grow and just roll with the punches at a lot of times. And don't try to like have yourself, so set in stone. Like, I know what I want to be. I know who I am. I know who my friends are. Like, just be open, excuse me, to being in that transitional period.
Yeah, like I would also say freshman year advice, like try everything, you know? Like people now as seniors are asking me like, how do I find my passion, and like how do I find what I'm good at? It's like you just do things, and when you're good at them, then you're good at them, you know? So like take the 4 years where like I'm not saying high school is easy, but it's gonna be easier than what's coming up, you know? So I would just take that time to like explore different paths.
Yeah, regret too. Like going to high school, I thought it was going to be a pre-med like biology major going into college. So I was like, okay, let me tailor my whole high school experience around this idea. And it was not a good move, because in freshman year, I did some clubs that I was interested in, and got stuck with them for all 4 years and didn't really feel as much passion as I would have if I like tried something new and actually pushed myself out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. My senior year, I kind of like questioned my passion in biology because like the summer before my senior year, I did an internship at a orthopedic surgeon office, and I really enjoyed watching the surgeries, and like I was fine with all the blood and stuff. But senior year, I took AP Bio, and I freaking hated that class. I don't know. It's probably just all the memorization, and I did not like it. I loved chemistry though, so I kind of changed my major from being biology to like biochemistry. Um, but now I'm doing business, so I don't even know what's going on in my life. But I still okay. So I'm doing business and finance, but I'm doing a minor in chemistry, and hopefully I can do something in like health management and like hospitality or something, or public health. What do you guys
Okay.
like planning to do after college?
Oh boy.
Full-time YouTuber.
I want to be a Disney animator. That is the dream. But
Whoa.
Lynn, that sounds so much fun.
Dang.
it's like, wow, I just want, like ever since I was little. Like I guess I don't know, with drawing, like I've done it ever since I was like 2. So it was just something that I really wanted to do, but then I feel like for like science fields, like it's difficult to figure out what you want to do because there's so many things to do. So
After college, there's so many different paths. Like realistically, there is a strong chance that I'll sell out just to pay for my loans.
Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a plan. I kind of think I might be majoring in English, so if I am, then my plan is to not have a job because we all know how that goes. Or if I major in CS, probably like I don't know, get a computer science job. I think that's part of the reason I'm torn because I feel like if I'm in English, like I feel like there's so many more job opportunities for computer science majors than English majors. Like the stereotype is that, if you're an English major, you can't get a job, but like I really like English, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Akon18 ISKL asks, how many internships did you guys do? So I know some of you guys didn't do any, right?
I didn't do any. I
Yeah.
went to
0.
Like,
Yeah.
Uno.
Josh, did you do any?
like I kind of did internships. They weren't like structured internship programs. Like
Okay.
I did a education internship in a tutoring center, but it was just me basically babysitting and tutoring like younger children. And also, I was a research assistant in a lab for not a year, a summer.
Hey Josh, tell them about the campaigning you're doing this summer.
Oh, I'm just like I'm canvassing and working as volunteer for a congressional campaign.
Yeah.
And after this live stream, I'm gonna go to like a photo shoot for a commercial and stuff.
Hey, that's so cool.
Wow, runway model.
No, because I'm ethnic, so they need that for diversity. No, I'm not kidding. Like the last time that I went, they kept pulling me because there were so many white people. I was like one of the few that were.
Oh my god.
They're using you for your body? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
So throughout high school, I probably applied to 5 internships, but I did 2. So I already talked about my orthopedic surgeon internship. It was more of a shadowing program, and I just met the doctor through like a friend that I have. And then this summer, which doesn't really count, like I didn't put this in my college resumes or anything, but I wanted to get like a sense of like the finance field, so I actually met the senior vice president of this data science company at a grad party. We just like hit it off, and like he's like, "Yeah, if you're interested in data mining and like I don't know, like finance, just come to my company. I'll give you an internship." So that's what I've been doing all summer. It's been a 9 to 5 like job. I've been paid pretty decently, but like my my plan before that was to do like YouTube full time this summer. And I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to do that, but I ended up doing like YouTube at night by night, But VMware says I would die to have that internship. So the data science internship, it was definitely like super cool, like to have a professional job kind of. Like I had my own like desktop set up and like they had lunch for us every day and stuff. But I don't think I liked the sedentary kind of environment every day. I would rather be like traveling and like talking to people than just data mining and emailing lenders about their products. But it was definitely still like a cool experience. I feel like learning what you don't want to do and learning what you want to do are equally valuable,
Someone asked earlier about if engineering was big at Dartmouth, and it's not super huge right now, I don't think, but the yeah, it's not small. It's solid, and like I think something that a lot of people don't know about engineering at Dartmouth is that most people don't do the super like stringent 4-year pathway where they like try to get all the requirements done for the certification in those 4 years and have like 0 electives. So I think like Dartmouth really values us exploring things and doing engineering and making sure engineering is right for you. And they're also doubling their faculty like by 2020 with the Call to Lead campaign.
Can I ask a question, guys? I have a
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Lucy C just asked, I think this is a good for us because I know that we all visited so many schools. She asked, is the myth that whenever you walk on a campus, you know it's home true? Like, is it true that you can just, like, once you.
Heck no.
I don't think so.
It happened
Really?
for me at
Okay.
USC, and then I got
I'm speaking
rejected.
for
So
So, okay, so I'm going to UT Austin, right? So
Yeah.
I've actually been to UT so many times in the past because every time we have someone in ensemble, it's like a competition for orchestra members. We go to UT Austin to the music campus, and every year we've gone like since freshman year. I'm like, this is the most ugliest place I've ever seen. Like the music buildings are so bland. But I never like really stepped onto the campus until this year when I visited for like college tours and stuff. And I think I gradually like started loving it because I just came home from a Camp Texas, which is kind of a freshman camp. And it's in Austin, and we went on campus, and like at that point, like I totally love the campus. Like all the buildings are kind of familiar to me, and like if it kind of does feel like home, but definitely did not feel like home the first time I went.
Yeah, I think for me, I really felt this question because when I first visited USC, like in the summer, I got that home feeling. But then when I went back during the school year, I was like, wow, there's no way in heck that I can ever go here. Even visiting Stanford, like where I'm going, I had a really bad tour there. Like I had a tour guide that was just awful, and I even did a private tour, and it just made the school like it made me not excited to go there at all. So I think that like I don't trust that really. I think that if you get that feeling on a campus, like that's great, but don't feel bad if you don't get that feeling anywhere. I didn't really start being super excited to go to Stanford until the admit weekend when I literally spent like a few days there getting the feel for campus. I think you can't just completely trust your gut when it comes to picking a college. Like I definitely had to do a bunch of research. I didn't get like a single gut feeling that I could just trust. So definitely don't feel bad if you guys are visiting schools and you feel like you don't have that gut feeling like one or another is home.
Yeah, like for me, I actually had a really messy experience touring Dartmouth. So like when my list came down to it, it was between USC, Brown, and Dartmouth. And like at USC and Brown, I did get that home feeling. I was like, oh my God, I'd love to go here. But when I came to Dartmouth, let's just say I didn't have the best host. Um, and it was just a very awkward, like I didn't feel super comfortable on campus the whole time when I talked to there. I got stuck with like this small group of people that I didn't really like they talked about scores a lot, and they were internationals, and like we just didn't vibe well. And like later on, I only realized how much love the school and love the people there. And yeah, it's like the prolonged experience you have with the school is really different from that home feeling. So I'd say to look at it a little bit more on the objective side. If there's things that you clearly don't like about the school, then of course don't ignore those. But if it's like you just don't feel super comfortable on campus, then just like ruminate on that a little bit more. Mhm. Well, I think I just took a step back and was like, um, I realized that growing up in a solidly large city and having access to everything, there were a lot of things I didn't experience. And having the opportunity and the access to all of that at Dartmouth would be something that would like push me out of my comfort zone and actually help me grow as a person. If I went to like USC, Vegas is basically like LA but smaller. So going to USC would be like going to a really, really good school that's like a state school kind of. Not to say that USC is a state school or anything, but like similar to my home environment. And same with Brown to a certain extent.
So I got a question like that was super up there. And where is it? Sakura Master asked if we're very passionate about a hobby, but it's an individual activity, which I didn't really get. But they also said, do colleges really care about you being the president of a club or being a leader of some sort?
To a certain extent, yes, but not as much as people think. It's more like what can you actually achieve with the position.
Like for me, I don't think it's so much of being a leader, but accomplishing what you want to get done. Like if it takes being a leader to do that, then sure. But
Yeah, for me, I felt like I definitely had some leadership experience in high school, but I think it only was important in my application because I was really like passionate about what I was doing and dedicated to it. So I think like it was more important that it was something that was actually meaningful to me rather than just the fact that it was a leadership experience.
Yeah, like for ASB, I was like vice president, but I didn't talk about it at all. You know, like I tried so hard to get this position, and then like come senior year, I realized that like I didn't even know why I wanted it to begin with, like just for the leadership aspect. But it ended up being like a waste of my time, in my opinion. And so I feel like you shouldn't do things. Like I stressed it a lot because I fell into that trap, kind of like doing things because I thought colleges wanted me to do things, not doing things because I wanted to do things.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
So someone asked, what do each of you think made you stand out in your college application?
Okay, so the program that I'm doing, it's called Business Honors, and like a lot of people don't know about it, but it's for it's at Austin, and like it's actually kind of selective, but like going back to the last question, this program specifically looks for like leadership in programs. So I think what helped me stand out was like every like club that I'm in, I'm a leader in. I'm a founder and president of like this music medicine group that we like have an ensemble and we perform at like nursing homes and stuff. And then I was president of Spanish Club, and for Helping Hands of Houston, we like helped raise money for Hurricane Harvey survivors. So I feel like for specific business programs, it's important to show leadership that can really help you stand out. But in any field that you're in, like I read this article by I think his name was like Albert Chen, but it was talking about like how being a spike is a lot more effective and powerful than being like well-rounded.
I've heard that.
Yeah, you heard that. So like it's better to build yourself on one attribute or like one hobby to make yourself stand out than to make yourself like really wide and wide reaching and stuff.
Yeah, I think for my application, what probably made me stand out the most was the fact that I had started a business, but I think beyond that, I was so honest in my application. Like I did start this business, and I think that side of it showed like the more technical, like driven, working hard side of me. But beyond that, I really tried to put emotional connections into every one of my essays and tried to give really like personal looks at like my feelings and how I was like everything. So I think the fact that I was so emotionally honest and raw in my application really helped me stand out because I just tried to make it so that whoever was in the application could get a like inside look at my life.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think like my spike was just the fact that I could tie in all of, or not all of, but like a lot of my extracurriculars together, and that like one thing leads to another, and like I was interested in this, and it led me to being interested in that, and I'm doing all of these things out of intellectual curiosity, and that's what I'm just like emphasizing in my application.
Yeah, in my application, I talked about how like I thought I was into science, and then I had this research internship and everything, and then I realized I hated it. And I just wanted to pursue art like I had all along, and like going against the stigma around it. And like I created an after school program that combined like art and STEM with my other friend to show like art is like necessary. It's not like just an extracurricular activity. Like it should be something that you focus on. And I feel like taking like what I was passionate about and making it like a tangible thing, but might have made me. I feel like
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah.
I'd say they matter if you're applying for something that's language related, or like if you're applying for linguistics, you should probably take some languages. Um, my school had a requirement of taking 3 years of a foreign language like in succession, so was just that was that, and that's why I have languages my um, on my thing. Wait 1 second. Someone else talk.
I think they're just as important as any other class. Like they're not more or less important. I think like Josh said, they're probably only super important if you're going to be applying into a major for that, just the same as any other class would. Like if you're applying to be computer science, it's important to take computer science classes, and then if you're applying to like international relations, it's important to take those language classes, but I wouldn't super stress about them.
I would just say pass. and like move on.
Yeah. Okay, so people are I've seen a lot of people asking about like dual credit or dual enrollment.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Uh I did dual enrollment just for like the University of Cincinnati, and I really don't think it made a difference in my application. Like I didn't think it was that important or like not important. It was kind of just another class.
Like, definitely pursue it if you don't have any higher or like advanced classes at your school. Like, if that's the next level for your education, then definitely take it.
Okay, I want to ask you guys, what is a dorm room item that you guys are bringing to college that people might not expect you to be bringing? Josh just out the vacuum.
Oh my god. I'm moving in 10 days and I haven't packed anything. I haven't even thought about it. I was just like the night before, I'll just stuff everything.
Well,
Oh my god.
When do you guys move in?
I move in for us is the 27th, but I'm doing pre-orientation, so like the 21st.
yeah, like I just dropped my stuff off at my dorm on the 30th, and then like officially move in and get settled on like September 3rd ish.
Stanford doesn't new student orientation until September 20th. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So
Like,
late. It's
down already and gone for college.
September 20th.
Oh, I'm also bringing a kettle.
Are you an iron or a clothes steamer? I can't decide if I actually need.
Oh, someone asked what states we're all from.
I'm from
Oh, hi.
Nevada.
California. Oh, I
You're
think
And are you gonna do a dorm haul on your channel? A dorm haul.
I turn on my mic.
Okay, so then somebody just asked, just curious, do these top schools count against?
I was gonna make a whole video on affirmative action, and basically, like, what I'm gonna say is that it's not as big of a like. It's kind of exaggerated, I think, because schools do take into account what majors you're applying for. So it's I don't think
really enjoys playing piano and pursuing STEM, then it's like, how do you make yourself stand out when that's what you're passionate about? And I feel like that's when you just convey it through your essays and like, yeah, there's not much you could do to change it. I guess just play the game.
Before we have to like end this live stream, do you guys want to just go through and say like your YouTube channels and?
Yeah, sure. Okay, my YouTube channel is just my name. It's Anthony K. And I do videos on. So I started out as a music video channel. Like I posted I post violin covers. I still do. I do call advice as everyone here does. And I do vlogs too.
I'm Catherine, and my YouTube channel is the Cath Path, and I'm like a very college oriented channel. Like I like do application breakdowns and advice videos. But once like college actually starts, I'm gonna be doing mostly just vlogs and like dorm tours and dorm halls. And yeah, I'm going to Stanford, and my channel is the Cath Path.
Oh, Anthony left. Okay. I'm Caitlin. My channel is Clams Arts. People get confused, but it's like because my name is Caitlin Lamb, so it's clam. I'm not just like particularly attracted to a certain seafood, but I do like art videos, like drawing videos, and also college videos because you know those get the most traction. But yeah, anything like art related with college. And I will also be vlogging on campus.
Cool.
Well,
Can you guys hear me?
channel. Hello, my name is Josh Co.
Mhm.
And well, my name is Josh, and it was a generic nickname that I just started like adding on to. I was like, hey, it's Josh, and then someone took that name, so I was like, I'll put my other initials in it.
Oh my
I'm
god!
going to Dartmouth, and oh,
I always
wait,
thought,
what?
hey, it's Josh Company.
Me too.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Like about that too, and just making that the excuse, but like, you know what? I'll introduce that as that in the future. I'm going to Dartmouth with Hannah, and well, I guess before I leave, like, if you have any suggestions with things to collab on, Hannah and I can't think of anything.
Okay, I
Let
have
us.
some.
Hmm?
I I have some like ideas of what we should do.
What, Anthony?
I mean,
Say
this is like super idealistic because I know we can't like meet up like that. You know, we have to plan stuff. But I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
California is great. So
Dad, come in.
We should do like skits. Like that'd be super fun, and we can do, yeah, and we can have like behind the scenes of just like talking, like real talk of just answering questions like this, but together, so we don't experience all these like technical difficulties.
And Josh and Caitlin, how far is Penn from where you guys are?
how far is what?
Penn. Oh my gosh! Wow, Dad. I was like, I'm gonna be at Penn.
Wait, where? What?
I was asking where is like how far is Penn?
Oh.
Oh, I have a friend at visit, so like if we could all meet up there, that would be fun. Never mind, it was a random thought.
We should find somewhere that's like in the middle of all of us.
Oh my gosh! I
Oh my
love
God.
New York City.
It'd
Wow.
be so cool if we all went to New York. That'd be so cool, actually. Okay, but yeah,
Also,
we'll keep you all updated on
and
that.
you want to like leave and start that live stream on yours so we can like put a link to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Wait, how many of us are gonna be on that live stream?
I have to go, so
I'll be on it.
Okay. Okay, we could do like 15 more minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
guys.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to start that right now.
All right, then post a link to the live chat on my
Mhm.
channel, and yeah.
Okay, so y'all talk for a while until I get this.
Okay.
Ooh, why?
Exciting.
Nice.
Amazing.
Ooh, what
Yeah.
kind of plans are you guys getting?
What kind of what?
Meal plans.
Oh, I don't have a. Okay, yeah, same.
Me
Oh, it
too.
is?
20 meals a week.
Mine's like automatically included every single year.
Cool.
Okay. Are we?
I need to find the thing I just sent. Of course, my Wi-Fi is super slow. Okay. So all of our viewers right now are probably like working on their applications, right?
Hmm.
Oh wait, did you just send your link?
He sent it to our chat.
Oh,
but-
send that.
I sent
Okay.
that one to the chat, but that one's for to join the live stream, like the actual chat.
One like we have to end this live stream, but
Yeah.
Anthony is Anthony's gonna do one on his.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Go to his channel and stay tuned.
yep. Stay tuned. Click
But
the
yeah,
link that I'm about to send.
like I really gotta go now, so
Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye, Josh. Like the only thing I can think about is like, how did this girl get into Harvard and not USC?
I don't know, but literally, I spent like so much longer on my USC application.
Really?
And, yeah, the Harvard one was kind of just like for shits and giggles, you know. Like I was into it, but I didn't expect anything out of it because I was like, I didn't do shit in high school. Well, I did, but like I don't know. I didn't think I did anything like cool.
Okay.
And so I was like, like I'll apply, but like the realistic dream was like USC, so I put a lot more time into that one.
Yeah.
What did I like about USC? They have a freaking Trader Joe's and Target on campus. That's what I like. Okay, but real talk, like no, not that. Ivy and Young, they had this like program that combined arts with business and computer science, and it was like my alley, you know.
That's pretty cool.
But
Okay.
let's see.
I did not apply to any California schools. Not for any like bad reason. I just like I've been to California a lot, but every time I go, it's for vacation, and I can't really see myself going there for school. It's just a personal thing, I guess. But it's a great place.
Mm.
I'm trying to figure out why I can't comment on Josh's live stream. I hope everyone knows where to go.
Because it's. I just said go to Anthony's channel.
Oh, on his live stream?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so do we still have the questions pulled up from the previous video, or are they asking on my video now? Cool.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Really?
But I know that there's a history of anime class, and I was like, come on, like I don't even watch anime, but the coolest history class ever.
Anime watching class?
It's like the history of like anime.
That is so cool.
And I'm like, what? If that counts as a history requirement, I'm so taking it. Is senior year too late to start a club if it's something I'm passionate about? No, because it's never too late to start something that you're passionate about, okay?
Exactly. Exactly. Did you guys start any clubs senior year?
No.
No?
I started the program that I talked about like the most senior year, but it was like a process. Like I talked more so about the process and like the first few days of teaching,
Okay.
which started like junior year. So like, really?
Huh.
Whoa, my school had like over 100 clubs. But what were like your class sizes? Or like your
The
entire
high school class? Yeah.
Really?
Wow, that's pretty small. I
We
thought
had,
my school was small.
how much did you have?
We had 370.
We had 1,000.
What?
My
Oh
school
my
was,
god.
yeah, my school was huge. We were like a little town.
Dang.
That's why I was like, that's probably why we have like a ton of clubs because there's a ton of people. But like in total, the whole entire school would range from like 4,000 to 5,000 people.
Man, that's insane. That's okay. So my sister goes to Williams College in Massachusetts, and they have a total of 2,000 people. Yeah, that's
Crazy.
okay. So, Tim Turner asks, what are some clubs that you would suggest someone to get involved in high school for someone who wants to become a business major? Okay, so Tim actually DM'd this to me on Instagram. I'm sorry, I've like forgot to answer this before, Tim, but so I'm a business major technically. Um, I'm laughing because like I did nothing related to business in all of high school. I know there's something called DECA. I don't even know what it's. Yeah. Do you know what DECA is? Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, if you're doing business, I would recommend that. But also, like to apply for a business program, just from my experience, you don't have to do anything business related. Like I was pre med, like as I said, all throughout high school until senior year. Um, but yeah, business is in everything. Like if you look around the world, business is everything. Like I mean, everything is business. Sorry.
Yeah. And I don't know if they don't have any business clubs, like you can look online for any business competitions and you can get together with your friends to do that because I know some of my friends did. Or even just being a part of a club that you're interested in and then doing the finances for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would also work.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Della Crawford asks, how important is community service?
it's as important as you make it to be. Like if that's what you enjoy doing, then by all means. But if you're not a big soup kitchen person, then find other ways to give back. Like I don't know how
Yeah. Um,
to.
what are your experiences on community service?
Okay, so I was part of student council, right? So we did a ton of like community service, like pennies for patients drives and like nickels for Nepal and like going to what did we do? Oh, like I ran like a blood drive at my school, and whatever. But all of those things, like although they were helpful to the community, weren't exactly ways that I wanted to help the community. Um, and so while it wasn't bad to do it, like I don't know, I just feel like with community service, like I don't know how to say it. Like, do what you want, though. Like, make it something that you care about. Whether it's like the organization you care about or like the actual act that you're. Mm, yeah. Yeah. And remember that like not everything's about like college necessarily either. Like yeah, it's like the end goal, you know, but there's like an end goal after you get accepted. Like you want to look back and be like, I'm happy I did this, not like yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, I was like the opposite of that. Like my school per se wasn't like competitive, but the program I was in, like all the kids, just like made the environment so that I was like, I have to get into this school or whatever. And it wasn't until like I started researching schools where I was like, oh, like why do I even want to go to college anyways? Like what am I doing? Like why am I applying to a certain place? And I looked back and I was like, dang, like it sucks that it took me until senior year to realize that I wasn't doing a lot of the things I was doing because it made me happy. Like I was doing them because I thought it would get me into a certain place, you know?
I feel you. Yeah. Like I used to volunteer at this food pantry, and I absolutely hated it. I don't know. It was just like stocking cans on shelves like for 3 or 4 hours on a weekend. Um, and like that was like my freshman and sophomore year volunteering. I used that for NHS hours. One more thing, someone asked if like NHS is required or if it helps with your application, and I feel like it's not. I mean, it's kind of expected that you're in NHS. Like everyone kind of is, but like it's on you, like what you make out of it. You know. For me, it didn't do much. I only did NHS because everyone else was doing it, um, but I didn't get that much out of it. So I didn't enjoy this food pantry thing. So I started my own like music medicine club, and like our mission was to use music. Okay, bear with me. This is super cheesy, but like use music as a medicine, like as a kind of therapy for people with like memory loss or just like people at nursing homes and residents and stuff. And so I actually really enjoyed that because like it gave us the opportunity to like play in front of people more as an orchestra and also like counted as community service. So what other questions do we have?
Let's see. How do you think elite colleges would view an applicant with a subpar GPA but good standardized testing, extracurriculars, and recs? Okay. I think I had like a pretty good GPA and average testing, but good extracurricular and recs. So I guess that's similar. Yeah, like even GPA wise, like I got a B in calc both semesters because I just like I was not feeling it, and then I got a B in chem, and then I got a B in physics. So like my GPA was not like straight A's, you know. But I don't really think that mattered. Like I feel like they know that not every single class will be fair, or like you're not exactly the best at every single subject. Like you don't have to be. So don't focus too much on like thinking about like things that you can't change, I guess. Like if you already got the B or C or like whatever, then like yeah, you have it and like move on. Focus on changing things that you can change.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And don't go on College Confidential and ask them questions. Okay? Because I was on the brink of a C in chem because I could not stand that class. And I also didn't go to it. But like, I was like, will I get rescinded if I get a C in one of my classes? Like, why did I not just try to work harder in the class and not get a C? You know? Like,
Yeah, College Confidential, I feel like we used it to kind of make us feel better, but at the end,
I know. Literal cancer. You're right.
people from College Confidential aren't the nicest people. I feel like sometimes they just like mess with you and be like, yeah, you got 1C, you're like you flunked high school. You have no chance in getting college.
No, dude, I got so scared that I literally called the admissions office.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
It was like after I got in for like early action or whatever, and I was like, hi, so like I'm kind of on the brink of getting a C in chem right now. So like would I get rescinded or and like I didn't say my name because they didn't know who I was. And they're like, oh no, like don't worry about it. Just try your best. And I was like, are you sure? And then my voice shaking and she was like, I need you to calm down, honey. Okay. Like this is not the end of the world. And I was like, okay. Thank you.
That's hilarious. Hilarious.
You can ask like all my friends. I was freaking out, but literally don't like wasting my time.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do think that like don't let your grades change drastically after you've been accepted.
That's true. That's true.
You know, like they can change, but
yeah. Oh wow, VMware has really good memory. He's like, Anthony took the SAT 4 times. That's true. How many times did y'all take the SAT?
3. Because I heard after you take it more than 3, they average the scores.
Really?
But is that not true?
Okay, I didn't. Gotcha.
My counselor told me that, and I was like, what? But yeah.
Okay. Tim Turner asks, wait, did y'all do internships?
I did one.
Okay, so Tim Turner asks, when doing internships, what is the most important thing you think someone should take away from them?
Whether you like it or you don't.
Exactly. That's the most
I took away that I did not.
Well, I feel like if you learn that you don't like it, that's still super valuable. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because literally, if I didn't get that internship, I probably would be majoring in science and would probably die next year, you know?
So are you doing art?
Yeah. So like, what I like about Harvard is like everyone goes in undeclared and you're not required to pick until the middle of your second year. So for this first year, I'm literally just trying like all types of courses. And then like figuring it out with my academic advisor, what I want to do. But like, I'm pretty set on visual and environmental studies. I don't know why environmental is in there. Like it has nothing to do with the environment.
Wait, is that a combination, visual and environmental?
No, that's just like the name of the visual arts.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with the environment. I feel like that was just an old thing that they kept. So people were like, "Oh, you're doing STEM and art," and I was like, "No." It's like film, animation, and studio art.
Okay. Cool.
It's so fun.
Wait, Hannah, so do you want to do pre-med? I know you love science. I mean, it's in your channel name. So you do engineering all the way. Okay. Okay. Why not pre-med? I feel you.
Okay. Tara asked if ranks are a big part of getting accepted for colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my school didn't rank, and like it's not gonna hurt you, but to like have a high rank, obviously, but it's not gonna hurt you if you don't. Like,
Okay.
I don't think they care that much.
Yeah. The program that I'm going to, the business honors, I know they're super selective they're super particular on class rank. So like the majority of us were like valedictorian or salutatorian of our high schools. But I think that's just the specific program that I'm doing. But yeah, I think for Ivy Leagues, it's a lot less important. They like look at more well-roundedness, I guess. Okay, Della Crawford asks, does it hurt me if my school doesn't have AP classes?
No.
No. Mm-hmm. That was easy.
You were thrown into a lucky bucket, my dude. Let's see.
How important are letter of recs? Oh my gosh. These are letter recommendations are super important from my experience. Actually, I mean, I'm assuming they are. I mean, I never like there's no way we can tell, right?
Mhm.
I feel like it is because that's like your impression on someone else, especially like a teacher. Like um, this is how you affect other people, and colleges want to know that because at the end of the day, like they want to have like a good student, a good person representing their school, and they can tell that through what someone else tells about, like speaks about you.
Yeah, like I would think that it's pretty important. But like, I mean, obviously we don't know, so I don't want to say for sure, but like logically, it would seem that you want your teacher to have something good to say about you. And like if they don't, then I
Like,
don't know.
like, what do you guys think about that like standard form? Like some teachers just have, if they don't know you very well, they just like copy and paste like your name into like insert name here and have like a general format.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like they don't really make a difference then if it's like that. Like that's fine. Like if you don't really know your teachers well, it's senior year and like you just have to make do. But I feel like if you can get to know them or like make some sort of impression in class or something, then it's a lot better because then that makes you stand out from those other ones, you know?
True.
Oh, cool.
Okay. That's actually super cool. I haven't heard of any other colleges that have like peer recommendation letters. That's super cool.
We
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And for us, and I think like a few other ones, there were like optional letters. And I just submitted for those too. But most of the time, the optional ones don't have to come from anyone from your school. Like it could be from your church or like from like, what's it called? Extracurricular activity or whatever. Yeah. So I had like my piano teacher's husband write it because I babysit for their kids. So it was just like, yeah, like anyone that knows you well and can talk about you in not such a general way. Imagine if 100 people ask you during senior year for peer recommendation. Hey,
That'd be a struggle. Oh my gosh, this person has commented this twice. Logan Paul versus KSI.
KSI.
Have y'all heard of that? You don't? I'm only caught up because like I watched Casey Neistat's video, but I don't have an opinion, guys. Rivat, is that how you pronounce that? Rivat says KSI.
Everyone's KSI, dude. Logan Paul.
KSI. Yeah, Logan Paul gets so much hate.
Um,
I'm not.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I want to go to London.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I want to hear British accents every day. Sorry if that's bad.
Oh my gosh. I love Harry Potter, and that's the only reason that I would want to go to London. What? Do you
Yeah.
have?
I read the first book and saw the first movie, and that was it.
Okay, I'm leaving, guys. It was nice to meet you guys.
You can't. You run the live stream. Yeah. Um.
Oh my gosh, I literally have a Harry Potter one at my desk. Like that's how much of a fan I am.
Funny.
I have a quill set.
Oh my God.
And quills. I'm cool. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for the peoples watching our questions.
Yes.
Would you guys be interested in like getting college advice from us for money? Like, like,
This?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Because I was gonna set up a Patreon, and I'm working on making a travel journal book illustration comic thing. That I was gonna do Kickstarter, but I was like, if I did it on Patreon and I also added like bi-weekly live streams or something like that, if anyone would be interested, I don't know. Mhm. Um, sorry, little Leslie.
Oh, okay. Sadvik Mova asks, is AP Capstone worth it? So have you guys done AP Capstone?
Nope, but none of my friends like it.
I had a great experience with AP Capstone. So it was a lot of work. AP seminar, basically you just analyze other people's arguments either in essay form or like in the class we did discussions too. So it was kind of a debate class, but the AP exam was all essays. And then the second year, which was my senior year, I took research, which is like the second part of that program, and I did a study on how music helps the memories of Alzheimer's patients. And so I ran like my own experiments on that. Um, and it's definitely so much. It's like so much work. It's probably like a combined of like two AP classes of worth of work. But if you're interested in research and you want to like have published research by the end of high school, I feel like it's a really great opportunity. But just keep in mind, it's not an easy class or program.
Acon 18 is getting steamed because we have not answered their question.
Oh,
Okay.
what is
Their
this?
question is, I have to find it. Does applying for a competitive major hurt your chances of getting into a top university?
Okay. Um,
Well,
we kind of
my
talked about this
university
before.
didn't have majors, so no. Mm. Yeah, for me, it was like even more vague than that. I think it was like math, science, like social sciences, humanities, and something else. And I just put humanities. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I applied to Harvard early as a pre-med, like natural sciences major. I applied to most of my colleges as a natural sciences major, but for UT, they have one of the better business schools in the nation. So I applied for their business school with a like a focus on public health. Um, and so I would say like definitely do your research on like what each school has their strengths in. So I feel like that can maybe like sway what major you apply for. Because obviously, like, don't apply to a school just because they're good in some major that you're not even interested in. But if you're potentially interested in a major that they're really good at, like, I'd say go for it.
Yeah, and also sometimes it's not as easy to like switch majors as you think.
Yeah.
So don't, because like my cousin who's going to UC San Diego right now,
Okay.
he was in like data science and he was trying to switch into I think like comp sci, but like you had to be like top 10 of that group to switch in, you know, and like have practically a perfect GPA because that's what San Diego specializes in. And so like he didn't get in, you know? So I wouldn't like bank on applying for something just to get into the school because you might not even be able to study what you want.
Yeah.
CalArts, beautiful. That's my opinion. Okay. Sorry, I was answering something in the comments.
Your opinion on CalArts?
I love it. I love it. My friend's going there. But my parents didn't let me go to an art school, so let's see.
Is it worth going to a top school, or is it also okay to go to a state school for jobs?
It is okay to go to any school you would like to go to.
Exactly.
So many of my relatives went to Cal State Long Beach. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's just like California State. Yeah. And if you want to know the jobs that they have, one is working for Apple as an engineer right now. One is working for Blizzard Entertainment as a Hearthstone, like game dude. You know, one is working at Facebook right now as a digital designer. It's literally like your skill that matters, not necessarily like where you went. Like obviously it would help. Matthew!
Hey.
Like obviously it would help, but it's not gonna like end everything.
All right, Maddie C. Raps joined the.
Maddie Krabs.
Yeah. No.
Cool.
Ew. Pulp or no pulp?
John, you the party.
I don't know. Pulp. I am late. I tried to join earlier, but I couldn't. So
okay, people are asking who is Maddie. So Maddie, give yourself like a little introduction.
The god.
I don't know. I'm Asian. I used to go to Palm Desert High School. I was a senior, and now I'm a freshman.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Okay, cool. Do you know what you want to study in college?
No, but I want to be an actor.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh,
You might.
He's gonna be famous. Remember him.
Yeah, I'll remember you guys. Actually, I'll remember. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 of you guys. No, 2 of you guys. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Matthew's going to Harvard.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There is another question that someone asked. They said, yes, answer me. I'm nice. Can you talk about early action or decision and the timeline of your senior year?
Okay.
Dude, I'm on a college live stream right now.
Who's that?
Oh, I'm just selling my friend something.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so early action and decision. So I applied early action to Harvard because they don't have an early decision. Early action, it's like it was restrictive, so I couldn't apply early to any other school. But it's action and not decision. So that means like if you are accepted early action, you have the choice later on to choose another school if you want to. So it wasn't like more expensive or anything. It was just like the deadline was a little bit earlier, November 1st, instead of the general one, which is like January 1st, right?
Yeah. For me personally, I'm just like a super impatient person, and I wanted results like now. So that's why I applied early. I don't know what other reason there is.
Mhm.
Super cool.
Okay, Tim Turner asked, Anthony, is WAP really that hard as everyone is telling me? Um, I think I liked WAP, so it wasn't that hard for me. Like, if you enjoy class, it's not hard to study for it, you know? Hey, we should do a mukbang, like a mukbang college advice video.
Hmm.
Okay. It does. It does. Yeah. Awesome.
Uh, no.
I actually did, I think. I did it for like financial reasons though. Um, but like definitely if you have any like personal reasons that maybe like you didn't have that good of grades in one semester, or if you had like family hardships, I think that's what the section is for. But I also know someone who used it, like a good friend who used it just to like say, like, I think he wrote about his passion for parrots, and like that was super cool. And I think he got into Cornell, and like yeah, if you want to be super creative, and like I don't know, use it for something that's fun, because like you gotta keep in mind these admissions officers who are reading your like applications, they're going through so many like I don't know how many people apply to a college on average, only hundreds of thousands, right? Yeah. But yeah, they get bored reading boring applications. So if you can do something that like stands out, that is like funny in some sense, or maybe if you're not a funny person, don't force it, but like that's like different, then they'll probably like appreciate it and spend more time on your application. Um, so yeah. Ooh. Okay, so Sadvik Mova asks, what clubs did you all do in high school?
uh, I did Red Cross for like 2 years, and then I didn't do any more clubs.
Okay, what'd you do in Red Cross?
We did a lot of like safety preparedness, like fire, whatever, with kids. So we had like a Red Cross chapter, and we would hold events there, and just like have people come so we could teach them how to stop, drop, and roll.
That's cool.
And what else did we do? We did a lot of those like just. Oh, I did this one thing with Red Cross. It was like the International Humanitarian Torture Law Campaign, something like that. I did it like sophomore year, so I don't remember it too well. But it's really cool. If you have a Red Cross club or like a Red Cross chapter near you, you should ask about it. You basically participate in like campaigning against domestic and international torture, and they put you through like a stimulation of what like human trafficking would be like and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a thing. I didn't really talk about it much though. Yeah, clubs. I feel like for me personally, to be a club at my school, we had to participate in fair, and we had to participate in like these certain things to be counted as a club. And I wasn't really like a big fan of that. I was just like, I just want to like do what I want to do, you know? Like I don't want to have to go through all these like prerequisites to become an official club. And so I just like did my own thing, I guess.
I feel you. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Nice. Do you think like
I didn't mention it.
I had 25 at the time.
I had 0.
Me too. I started right after I got in.
Yeah. Really quickly, someone said that AP test scores were released last month and they didn't do very well, but they did very good in the class. Does that affect college? No. That just means that you shouldn't submit your scores.
Yeah. You have a choice like which scores to submit. So like I got a 3 on human geography my first like freshman year, and like that was the only AP test I took that year. It was my first one. So like my parents like, yeah, you should stay away from APs. But then I didn't, and I like that was my only 3 ever in high school. So, I think I just like hated that subject. Human geography was so boring to me.
No, it would not be bad to not report an AP score, okay? Yeah. I'm fucking done with College Board. Like after APs came out, I was like, whatever. Like I didn't submit any of my scores because I forgot to. And then I started panicking and I tried to type them in, but like obviously they weren't gonna send. But like, yeah, I think they only matter like after you get in, you know, for credit and stuff. But besides that, I don't think that it's exactly the most important thing. So I think you have to have a 5. And then even after, wait, Matthew, what's the thing?
What?
I don't know. Like
they do this thing called advanced standing, where if you get a certain amount of 5s on like certain AP tests, like I think you need like 8 5s on like specific tests, you can graduate in 3 years or get your master's in 4. But like not many people do it, and it has like a high dropout rate.
Yeah, because I feel like you'd kill yourself. Like it's just a lot.
Wait, Matthew. Wait, is it Matthew or Matt?
Whichever. Matthew, Maddie.
I'm just wondering, why are you wearing a Yale shirt?
Oh, my Harvard stuff is in the washer, so I just
Gotcha.
whatever.
Did you also get accepted to Yale?
No. I didn't apply anywhere else.
Okay. Just Harvard?
Yeah.
Just applied to Harvard?
Yeah. Since
Wow.
I got in early.
You did early, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I loved your reaction video, by the way.
Which one?
Are you ready?
The AP one?
Or the video. Oh, did you use some song in the background that was like Taylor Swift?
Yes.
I freaking love that song. What song was it?
I love it too. Are you ready for it, I think?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you freaking like synced the video like with the music. I was like, dang, this dude
I'm glad you liked it.
got some great editing skills.
SAT.
Yeah, that was my first video.
Okay, what clubs did I do? So I did Spanish club all 4 years. I became president junior year, and I was president senior year as well. I did Relay for Life all 4 years. I was a county manager. Yeah? Were you a big part of that too? Oh, really? I didn't know about it until high school. Okay, so I also did so like extracurriculars I'm gonna say too. I guess that's kind of club. I did track and pole vault junior and senior year. Yeah, pole vault is super fun. Yeah. Hey, I did too. I started junior year. But we have really great pole vault coaches at our high school. Like I was super fortunate. I did orchestra all 4 years. Um, and then I already talked about my music medicine club that I started in my sophomore year. Um, but yeah, my tips for clubs is do stuff because you like it, not because it sounds good or it looks good on your application. Because the biggest thing about clubs is like what you get from it, what you gain from it, and how you can speak or write about it in your applications or to just in general to people.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, Matthew, where are you from?
California,
Cool.
SoCal. Where are you
Okay.
from?
Nice.
Super.
Hey, my roommate's from Canada.
Mine is
I have an
too.
international roommate.
My roommate's from Brazil.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Does she speak Spanish
Oh, I don't know.
or Portuguese?
Portuguese.
Yeah. Did you guys go random for roommates? Okay, so you didn't get to? Wow. Hmm. Wow.
For us, we didn't get to choose, but we put a lot of like preferences. So like I wanted a suite, and I wanted one with 4, but I got one with 5.
I wanted one with 5 and got one with 3.
And yeah.
I met my roommate at a Discover the program that I'm in, and we were in a breakfast burrito line, and he's like, "Do you like breakfast burritos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love breakfast burritos." And we just like got into this conversation about breakfast burritos, and suddenly out of nowhere, he's like, "You want to be my roommate?" And I'm like, Heck yeah, let's do it." And we matched and everything. How did you guys study for the SAT? So we answered this a little bit before, but I did a camp, like a
Me
summer camp.
didn't help.
Wow.
Me too. Khan Academy is really good.
Khan Academy is super useful, yeah. I use that too. College Board like has a book that you can buy.
Use a book. Don't pay for a class.
Yeah. The class I think I got in for free. So it was pretty useful. Like they had practice tests every Monday, and I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't in the program. So
Other question.
okay. I have time for like maybe 3 more questions.
Yeah, and then I gotta go.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, so if you have questions, guys, now is the time. Or if you have any comments. Yeah, Benny She says Brazilians speak Portuguese. That's true. Excuse my
My
lack
bad.
of knowledge on that.
What?
Okay, VMware says, when will a similar live stream be again? Anytime. Like, if you guys really enjoyed this, we'll make one soon. Maybe before we even leave college.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh. That's true. Because she's sleeping right now in Japan. What college is she going to? Cool. Awesome.
She's not doing that one in the Philippines? Oh.
All right, Hannah Gu asks, how many safeties do you recommend applying to? So for people who apply early, like to any like other schools?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. After being accepted to Dartmouth? Before. So would you have applied to those knowing that you already had Dartmouth? Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, so that's the benefit of applying early. You know if you get in or not, and if you need to apply to a bunch of schools. So I got deferred from Harvard early, so I just applied to like 12 colleges, like kind of panicking, like I need to get into one of these. But for UT, so someone also asked me, why did I choose UT over Rice? On previous videos, I was asked why did I choose UT over Williams or Swarthmore. So UT, their business school, like general business, is pretty good already. But I got into their business honors. I hope I'm not like doesn't sound like I'm bragging or anything. I'm just trying to make it as straightforward as possible. But their business honors is like a pretty like close knit, like smaller community within the UT school. So honestly, if I hadn't gone into this business honors program, I might have chosen Rice or Swarthmore, just because it's I don't know. I mean, I think they're like ranked better objectively, but I visited this business honors program and like they have a really high like job like achievement rate right after college, and they have like a pre-med business combination program that I'm really interested in. I agree with that. Cool. All right, so we still have a lot of questions, but I feel like we can kind of move those to another video. This was actually like super cool. Like at the beginning, like I was super stressed because this was not working at all. But I'm glad we were able to have this kind of interaction with all our viewers, and that I finally got to talk with all of you guys. But yeah, for our viewers, for all those people who are watching right now, definitely let us know if you want to see this in the future. I got a lot of we've gotten a lot of like positive comments already, so thank you for that. But yeah, see you guys next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.